Welcome! Today we are going to be talking about adding and subtracting time. Remember to think of 2 questions or thoughts as you watch the video. I hope you have been enjoying our videos about time. You've been doing a great job. I just wanted to remind you that AM means after 12 midnight and before 12 noon, and PM means after 12 noon and before 12 midnight. This is important to remember when you are trying to figure out how much time has passed from one time to another. We also call this elapsed time. We are going to talk more about elapsed time. Let's start with this question. 2 p.m. is how many hours after 12 noon? If you notice, both of these times are exactly on the hour. So we know that from 12 o'clock noon to 1 o'clock p.m. is 1 hour, and from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. is 1 hour. So 2 p.m. is 2 hours after 12 o'clock noon. Let's try another one. 3:30 p.m. is how many hours and minutes after 12 o'clock noon? This one is slightly more difficult than the last problem because we now have to calculate not only how many hours have passed, but how many minutes as well. Let's start at 12 o'clock noon. We know from noon to 3 o'clock p.m., 3 hours have passed. That takes us to 3 o'clock, and we need to get to 3:30. From 3 o'clock to 3:30, 30 minutes have passed. So we know that 3 hours and 30 minutes have passed from 12 o'clock noon to 3:30 p.m. Let's try something more challenging. A supermarket is open from 10:15 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. every day. How long is the supermarket open each day? Why don't we break this down into a few steps? First, let's see how much time passes from 10:15 a.m. to 12 o'clock noon. We know that 1 hour from 10:15 is 11:15, and then 45 minutes until noon. So, 1 hour and 45 minutes passes from 10:15 to noon, as shown here on the slide. Now let's figure out how much time passes from noon to 9:30 p.m. We know from noon to 9 o'clock is 9 hours. So then 30 more minutes will take us from 9 o'clock to 9:30. So 9 hours and 30 minutes passes from noon to 9:30 p.m. All we have to do now is add those elapsed times to get the total time the supermarket is open. We're going to begin with the 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's easier to add the hours first, so I will add the 9 hours to 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that gives me 10 hours and 45 minutes. Then I can add the minutes. 45 minutes plus 30 minutes equals 75 minutes. I know that 60 minutes equals 1 hour, so I can now say we have 11 hours and 15 minutes. Let me get these things out of the way here. The supermarket is open for 11 hours and 15 minutes each day. Let's try subtracting time. We're going to begin with 3 hours, 50 minutes, minus 1 hour and 35 minutes. We should start with the minutes. Let me get my pen here. We're going to start with the minutes. 50 minutes minus 35 minutes. And that equals 15. So we have 15 minutes when we subtract those. And then we can go ahead and take 3 hours and subtract 1 hour. And that equals 2 hours. Sorry for the handwriting. So we have, let me get my little pointer back here. So we have, okay. So we have 2 hours and 15 minutes when we subtract those times. Now we're going to subtract 3 hours and 5 minutes minus 30 minutes. Well, let's start with the minutes again, but we quickly see that 5 minutes minus 30 minutes can't be done. We don't have enough minutes with the 5 minutes to subtract 30. So we are going to exchange. Just like we do in regular math, we are going to exchange one of these hours. So we're going to cross the hours out. We're going to exchange one of them, so we'll still be left with 2 hours. We have 5 minutes. So how many minutes can I add to those 5 minutes since I exchanged the hour? I hope you said 60. We can add 60 minutes here because if we exchange 1 hour, it needs to be an equal exchange, and we know that 60 minutes are in an hour. So now, instead of having 5 minutes, we actually have 65. Now we can subtract 65 minus 30. That will give us 35. And then we have the 2 hours left. So our answer is 2 hours and 35 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video lesson. Remember to post 2 questions or thoughts on Edmodo and try to be more specific with your posts, either about your questions or what you learned. Look at pages 118 to 119 in your workbook if you want extra help. Great job!